Have you ever considered that the greatest threat to your financial future isn't a war, or a virus, or even a political shift? It's a quiet, complex financial maneuver that most people have never even heard of. But the ultra-wealthy, the global hedge funds, they have been using it to multiply their wealth for decades. Right now, that maneuver is starting to fracture. And when it breaks, it won't just impact a few bankers. It could pull the entire plug on the US economy. This is the story of the carry trade and the hidden Japanese weapon that is preparing for its final performance. To understand this nightmare, we have to look back at the original play, the 1990s Japanese asset bubble collapse. Back then, Japan was the absolute center of the financial world. Real estate in Tokyo alone was worth more than the entire United States. But when that bubble burst, Japan didn't just crash. It entered what we now call the lost decades. To survive, the Bank of Japan made an unprecedented move. They lowered interest rates to almost zero. They essentially said, "We are giving money away for free. Please, just take it." And the world responded with an encore. This is the carry trade. Think about it. A sophisticated hedge fund realizes they can borrow billions in Japan at zero interest. Then, they take that free money and invest it into high-yielding US assets, tech stocks, treasury bonds, luxury real estate. It's essentially free money, infinite leverage. Hedge funds in London, New York, and Hong Kong built trillions of dollars of wealth using this exact method. They aren't just investing, they are manufacturing wealth out of thin air, using the Japanese yen as their engine. For 30 years, it was the greatest show on earth. But every grand performance has a final act. The problem is, this entire system relies on one single assumption, that Japan will never raise interest rates. But what happens if Japan is forced to raise those rates? The entire mathematical model collapses. Suddenly, the free money isn't free anymore. The debt burden of those trillions of borrowed yen becomes unsustainable overnight. When that happens, global hedge funds will be forced to sell their US assets, their stocks, their bonds, their homes, all at once. A massive global margin call, pulling the entire market into the abyss. And the Bank of Japan? They just positioned their first weapon. At Economic Encore, we don't just watch the performance. We decode the past, and we analyze the patterns. We go inside the Federal Reserve, behind the closed doors of the Bank of Japan, and into the history books to find the truth they don't want you to see. Subscribe to stay ahead of the next performance of global wealth. The next act starts now.